Howdy toddy everybody out there. This is Tommy with Colonel Reb Scale Models, coming at you with just a little quick reply to Deron's video from earlier today. First, let me just show you what I'm wearing here. Deron and I have been chatting back and forth with some PMs about the teams that we follow in football, or as we like to say here in the States, soccer. And he's a big Chelsea fan, as is Mick, old git, which, by the way, look, Mick, got on my white socks, my friend, always. So I just wanted to show him my jersey. I have several of these, and I was explaining to him the reason why that I follow Sunderland is because of some close friends of ours. I've only been to England once, England and Scotland once, and several years back, and when we went and visited, we have friends that live up in the north of England, up in the Sunderland area around Crook, and got to take in a playoff game from the Champions League that Sunderland was in at the time, and it was unbelievable. Just the passion of the fans and the game itself. We wound up losing the game in penalty shots at the end, but we had red cards, we had penalty shots during the game. It seemed like for that game it was just a little bit of everything that you would expect in a match, and so it was just great. Just the fans, 45,000 plus or whatever it was, just singing and doing their little songs and stuff the whole entire game. Was just amazing. So I've been to lots of college football games, a lot with some rivalry games, and been to some pro games. I've never seen anything like that, and that was in Sunderland. So just imagine what it is in the bigger clubs and stuff throughout the league. But hopefully we will stave off relegation again. We were at the bottom for a long time. We moved up, now we're back down there and again. So just a few wins here and there and some ties. We can try to get out of the bottom, since there's so much so closeness between the bottom and 10th, 11th, 12th place. So anyway, just wanted to do a thanks to Deron regarding his comments today, which are very kind, about our whole challenge and everything. When we came up with the idea of doing this, or I approached him with the idea of doing this back around Groundhog Day, it's just something funny that we thought would be a kind of a kick in the pants to do within the community, and kind of a little break from building and stuff, and just to provide a little levity and lightheartedness to some videos and stuff. So that's why I was doing the wrestling persona, because we're both wrestling fans from way back when we were kids, and I've always followed the masked wrestlers growing up. My dad knew several of them that wrestled in the local areas, so we have pictures of one of them who's now since passed, but him unmasked, and he was a bad guy, but we knew him and everything. So I always kind of gravitated toward the masked wrestlers for whatever the reason. My favorite being Mil Mascaras, the Mexican luchador, the original almost Mexican luchador, I guess you would say. Maybe not the original, but probably the most famous. So some of those masks I've had, I picked up in Mexico City when I was visiting there for a wedding a few years back. So it's just an opportunity to just kind of play around with that, and back and forth, and just let all the banter and the personas that I was doing. It was more of in the wrestling style. It wasn't being serious about anything. Me and Deron had kind of prearranged all that in the before we even did the very first video challenge. So I don't want anybody out there to think that we were really going after each other, there was any animosity or hard feelings or anything like that. So, but I appreciate him coming and doing the video today. He surprised me. We were talking last night on the messaging about the kits and stuff, and so when I saw the video that he was going to be a surprise, and he started talking about the Andretti's and stuff, I just had this idea of what he was about to pop on the screen there. So thanks again for that, Deron. I actually had sent him his package today, because we had agreed, like we said, once we got to talking about it and to doing it, we're like, we'll just wind up sending each other kits or whatever anyway, or a kit, and then it kind of evolved into multiple kits. So I put his in the mail today, and but I made him I told him that he couldn't open it until after the challenge was over. So he's going to have to wait to see what he got, because I had no idea he was going to make the video and show the kits, even though we had talked about the petty kit before. So anyway, I just want to say that because what he said was very touching. I really appreciate it. It's sometimes being a stay-at-home dad is difficult, like he says. I mean, it's a big challenge. My wife tells me all the time she couldn't do it. She don't have the patience, but I mean, and people think that I have the patience. Other families and stuff, when they see me with the kids and everything, which I don't really. My wife is always trying to get me to be a teacher, and I'm like, I don't have the patience for that. I barely can deal with my own kids, and they're really good kids. I can't imagine some that are a little wild and rambunctious or whatever. So, but it is difficult. And, sometimes you get to thinking, what do people think of you and stuff. And it was just one of those situations where, her career had better opportunity to advance than mine at the time. So it's one of those decisions that we made. So. You do what you have to do when you think it's best for your family and stuff and the kids. So, I've enjoyed, the time with the kids because I didn't have that growing up. My dad worked, my mom worked a lot, and my dad was there, with football and baseball and stuff. But for the most part, it wasn't. You had the grandparents and stuff keeping you. So, it's nice to kind of have that time with the kids and everything before they get too big, because they grow so fast. But anyway, I just wanted to do a thanks to Deron. Again, we've been back and forth on this and just having some fun with it. So we hope that y'all have had some fun with watching the videos and stuff, and the comments I think have been really, really funny going back and forth with everybody. And I may still do another masked appearance after the whole challenge is over, when we figure out exactly how we're going to really determine who wins and who doesn't or whatever, because the weather is kind of up and down, roller coaster down here even now, and I know up there in Pennsylvania it's still cold and snow and cold and snow. So we'll see. But again, just thanks to Deron. He's a real great guy, great member of this community. I followed him kind of almost since he came on the scene, I believe, and just think he's a funny guy. I like the fact that he just tells you what he's thinking, lays it out there on the line, no holds barred, no punches pulled, and his talent level has shot straight up the roof, and now he's moving into the armor and the military kits and stuff. So it's nice to see, because he's a good guy. It's good to see those things happening. So it's just fun being a part of this whole community and everything, with everybody that helps each other and sending stuff and getting stuff and just helping each other, building and with advice and stuff and everything. So it's just a real great community. So I'm proud to be a part of it and glad to be a part of it. So anyway, just going to try to cut this off. I know it's kind of running a little bit long now. So everybody have a good night. I got to go upstairs and start painting the bedroom before my wife gets home next week. So the honey-do list is like this long. Got a lot of things to do. So try to squeeze some bench time in there when I can. So anyway, howdy toddy everybody out there, and God bless.